What is up, geocachers? This is Keats94 and welcome to the border of Garibaldi Provincial Park. In this trip we're going to be camping for 2 nights at a place called Russet Lake. Behind me is a bit of fog, and behind that is a bunch of mountains that you're going to see eventually once this weather clears up. But some amazing scenic adventures to come and some geocaches to find. So come along for some awesome geocaching adventures. So in Whistler area, there's a number of mountains, and they're collectively called the musical bumps. Each one is named after a woodwind instrument. So we had summited Flute Summit, and now folks, we are at the top of Oboe Summit. And Oboe Summit is a very, well, it's a low-lying peak compared to the other peaks in the area, but definitely scenic. Look at all these mountains, folks. All of them. So folks, as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see on the camera here, but we have to go down into that valley and get our way out of that valley and climb over that, and we will reach, yeah, we're going around to the right, where we will find Russet Lake sitting and waiting for us, and that will be our home for the next 2 days. We've reached the fork, folks, and behind me is the Garibaldi Provincial Park sign. We approached from the musical bumps route. Basically, we took our backpacks off, and we're taking a bit of a break right now because, well, as you can see behind me here, we have ourselves a bit of hill climbing to do, as if we weren't hill climbing before, and descending as well. Yep, and by the way, on the musical bumps route, the hills are truly alive with the sound of music, like, and suffering, and suffering. those knees, it really sucks because, like, you're going down the hill and your knees hurt, and you're going up the hill and you got cardio, like you're just like. So we are 3 kilometers away from Russet Lake. We came from Flute Summit. I'll be finding Mr. Keats94’s geocache at Russet Lake. He has a series. Yeah, he has a very fantastic series called the Great Garibaldi Tour. And so basically a number of geocaches in Garibaldi Park for you to collect clues to find the final location, which I will not divulge because the CO is very close by. But it's in a fantastic location. I still have to find the final, even though I know exactly where it is. Well, you were there when I hit it. So, yeah. Anyway, definitely worth exploring as you come out to Whistler area, and the sun's coming out slowly but surely, so it'll be good times, and beer to be had tonight. Looking forward to that. Hey everybody, so down below we have ourselves a Keats94’s signing a geocache log by none other than a Keats94, who I happen to know. He's also holding the camera right now. I have hidden the geocache in this area. When did I hide it? Kelly, do you know? July or August of 2015, folks. I had hidden this cache, and it hasn't really been found that much.
2, 3, 4, 5, including me. 5 times.
5 times this geocache has been found since 2015. So that is, you know, I mean, for a geocache that's in the backcountry, it's gotten some traffic. But it is always nice to be able to check on this.
It's interesting. Like, it's consistently been found once every 2 years.
Yeah, it's always interesting looking back at what I wrote. It's an official Garibaldi geocache by Keats94, and I'm actually impressed at how this label has lasted. When I was making this geocache, I was clearly prepared, and I don't have a pencil in here or pen, but I kind of expect people to bring their own writing utensil because
BYOP, come on.
Always BYOP, folks. Bring your own pen. At another geocache site of mine. Sorry about the wind, folks. Garibaldi Park does tend to get very windy. And Kelly899 is just signing the geocache right now. We are nearing Russet Lake. We're going to be rounding the trail here.
So we started up there, went all the freaking way down, and had to climb all the way back up again.
That's where we were, folks. We hiked that. You can actually see the trail. I don't know if it's very visible on the camera here, but it is a little hairline along that ridge. And glad to have brought sunglasses, and you can actually see a little sliver of Cheakamus Lake down there. You can also hike to Cheakamus Lake. The trail to the lake is way below us. It's about a 3-kilometer hike from the parking lot at Cheakamus Lake. Very flat, nice and flat. I have a number of geocaches down there myself, and as well as some new caches that got published not that long ago. So check out those if you find yourself in the Whistler area. Everybody, we are nearing our destination. I thought I'd show you something really cool. This is the brand new ranger cabin.
Well, I think
and shelter, probably. I mean, it's the brand new shelter.
It's 2 stories.
2 stories, folks. That's pretty cool, actually. It's got a deck.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's got some, like, a staircase.
Man,
mind-blowing.
if I go in there and
there's a lake down there.
Selling beer in there.
Haha, yes. Folks, welcome to our campsite here at Russet Lake. It's been a heck of a hike. We were hiking for about 6 hours. So we're just kind of sitting and enjoying the views of the Spearhead Range. And I made sure I came prepared. I got some beer. Here we have the Steamworks Kolsch. And their brewery is in downtown Vancouver. So if you find yourself in downtown Vancouver, we're exactly right beside Waterfront Station. So stumbling distance from public transit, really good. So I want to open this up and cheers everybody. I'm going to make sure that a lot of the snow here has a pink hue to it. Fun fact, do not eat that snow because that has a very dangerous type of algae apparently. I think it gives you giardia. I'm not sure, but anyway. Cheers. If I can open this. Ah, there we go. I had this beer in the snow, so it's ice cold. Very nice. This evening we have decided to go for a bit of a walk and to check out some of the local areas around Russet Lake. Behind me is the Spearhead Range, and that is to the north of us. And further in this direction here, you're going to find Blackcomb Mountain. That is another awesome ski hill that a lot of people like to go to in the wintertime. Behind me as well, we have ourselves Fizzle Peak. There is actually a geocache up there somewhere, and it has apparently only been found once. It's as if it was dropped by a helicopter. I honestly don't know how to get up there at all. Decided probably I don't have the equipment for it, so I'm just gonna have to probably bail on that one. We have ourselves a Russet Lake over there. And oh, there's another Kelly899 observing his surroundings. We are observing the... no, anyway. On top of Russet Lake, we have another little mini lake here. And you can see the bigger lake over there. And beckoning in the distance is that new shelter. And peeking above, like a little creeper, we got ourselves a black tusk. The famous black tusk, also in Garibaldi Provincial Park. Really, oh look, someone way up there. There's someone actually up there. Wow. Hey everybody, day 2 of our trip to Russet Lake, and starting off the day, we have found ourselves a geocache here by none other than Kelly899, who's sitting right beside me here. And say hi to the camera, everybody. Okay. He wrote "Do Not Disturb," and I've signed my name. What's cool about this cache is, well, it hasn't been found in quite some time, and I'm going to just open it up for y'all because these Pelican containers, they last a very long time. As you can see, this cache has not been found in quite some time. Last person that was here found it on, I'm thinking March 10th, 2019. Wow, so they had to probably dig this thing out of the snow.
Wait, what's the date? What's the day?
March 10th.
Okay, well, if they're European, it could have been October 3rd. But...
yeah, could be October 3rd still, you know. Official geocache, folks, it is always really good to have a stash note in all of your geocaches because it lets people who accidentally discover it know that this is a geocache and that it's meant to stay where it is. I'm not going to give away the hint that is associated with this cache because guess what? There's a final associated with this series. It's a pretty hardcore series. You have to go on multiple hikes. Which hikes do you have to go on, Kelly?
Garibaldi Lake, Russet Lake, Wedge Mountain Lake, and Elfin Lakes, or Opal actually. And then I'm not gonna say where I won't say where the final is. But if you're lucky, you only have to do 4. But if you don't line it up properly, then you have to do 5.
There you go, folks. Hardcore series. You have to know your hiking skills, pack in what you pack out. Good to either. I guess you could do some on day trips, especially in the Garibaldi Lake area.
The Garibaldi Lake ones.
Yeah.
Sure.
So definitely worth checking out when you come up to Whistler and Whistler Sea to Sky country. And another cache that I have found, this is the last traditional cache of the series that I need to find. It's funny, I was actually with the CO when he hit the final, but I'll be back up there to actually seal the deal eventually, one of these days. So now, folks, we are traversing to a geocache of mine that I've hidden up here. It has not been found in a very long time. It is called the Lonely Cairn of Stone. And it's up here somewhere. As you can see, there are a lot of stones, but I put a lonely cairn up there. It's only been found, I think, twice. I'm curious to know what condition it's in. It's a lock and lock at the base of a rock. Surprise, surprise. We'll see if we can find it. We have arrived at the Lonely Cairn of Stone, and Kelly pulls the cache out of its rocky grave.
It's in good shape.
It's actually in fantastic shape. Holy shoot. This is, what, pen? Oh yeah. All right, there you go.
Okay.
Yahoo. So this is the view that awaits you when you come to this Keats94 geocache. Check out that new mansion on the hill, also known as the shelter. And
Triple bag this?
I triple bagged it in case, harsh elements. This is a cache.
Well, it wasn't found this year.
Was not found this year.
Found 2 years ago, August 25th, 2019.
Jeez, August 25th. Last time it was found. Holy moly, last year. Double last year, all the way across the sky. How is it real? Here I'm standing at the new state-of-the-art Russet Lake shelter. It's called the Keats94’s hut. It replaces a very old A-frame hut that sat here for decades. And it is this cabin here, this hut, house, whatever you want to call it, mansion, it's state-of-the-art. So let's take a look inside here. We're gonna this is a very new hut that was built very recently with an excellent view of the mountains towards the Black Tusk in the distance there. And here we are on the top deck. Now, due to COVID-19 reasons, we can't go into the main area, but let's take a look in the windows here. Like, you know, we're kind of creeping here. This thing is so fancy. Got some actual windows. I don't know, the glare of the camera is kind of... They got kitchen sets, plates, even one of those spaghetti holder thingies, what do you want to call them? Let's take a look at the other window here. We have some more, that's the kitchen. And over here we have kind of a living room area. Like really fancy couches, look at that. We have ourselves a stove and some more kind of lounging areas. I don't know if you can see this properly, but they actually have a really nice painting in there. Like, just a solid painting. Very cool. And as you can see, due to COVID-19, I don't think I can actually access it. Yeah, no, it's locked. They even have really nice toilets. An actual washroom. So we're gonna just... Basically inside there is a bunch of cubicles, and yeah, it's a really good shelter. You have to reserve. They give you an access code. You can't actually access the inside here if you do not have the access code. So that's how they keep it secure and safe. Very cool. Awesome views on either side of the shelter. And look at this fancy sign. The Keats94’s hut. Day 2 of beer selection from Keats94. I recommend Phillips Blue Buck, and it's kind of a maltish malt. Anyway, it's a good beer. I recommend it. It is from Victoria. So my previous video, shout out to Victoria for having some excellent breweries, and Phillips is one of them. Yes, they're proudly Cascadian, which is very unique. For those who don't know what Cascadia is, it is kind of this idea that British Columbia and the United States, the coastal United States, join as a separate country. So anyway, that's their uniqueness. They've got some really unique cans. Check it out. It's kind of like, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna crack it open right now because why not, right? And I'm being very careful about it being too fizzed up. But cheers. And beer always tastes better after a nice long hike. And everybody, thanks so much for watching another episode of Keats94’s Geocaching Adventures. We hiked up to Russet Lake and saw some amazing scenery. And guess what, folks? We are now in Whistler Village, and behind me is the Dublin Gate, where we're going to have some pints, because you know what? Nothing tastes better than a pint after a long hike. So thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked what you saw. Thanks so much for watching.